All right, welcome back to the SuperCoach Nuff channel. In today's video, we're looking at the Bulldog Project after round 11. So, pretty good week for the SuperCoach team. Anyway, we're 1,208 points. Oh, excuse me, that's better. So, in, uh, continuing to improve our rank, I should say, into the top 70k, which top 46%. So we're in the top half, which is meaning we're trending upwards. So if we have a look at the team and how they went, so Reed Marnie with a 59, it's pretty standard for Reed. Um, very solid effort for him. Harry Grant with the 79. So having the two gun hookers has been a pretty good strategy, I think, this season. Payne Haas with a 92, so that's why he's the number one front row forward in the game. Max King with a 38, so he's starting to dip a bit in quality. I think maybe the buy will be very welcome for someone like Max King, who has obviously done a mountain of work to basically carry the forward pack on his own back at times through the start of this season. Ruben Cotter with 54, so solid effort from Ruben. He's not going to score a try every week, so the 90 isn't going to be there, but he just gets in, does some work, and scores some points. And Frankie Pello with a 14, so um, yeah, he's actually managed to lose money somehow. And we might even be able to sort of make a little trade, I think, this week based on that. David Fafita, 111. He's just a freak. Brought him in this week, and obviously, one of the reasons why we're so far back in the pack is because we didn't start with him, and it took us 10, 11 weeks to get him into the side. Britton Nakora with 84. So yep, is one of his best efforts since we've owned him. So he's a gun. Happy with that. Preston with a 50, so good enough, I think, for the time being to keep holding. Tommy Eisenhuth, so 38 off the bench, so, he's super slow burn. We've really just got him for a bit of flexibility with Lemuelu, so we're not too stressed about that. Josh Schuster didn't play, but should be back this week. And Curtis Moran, I think he was 18th man, but didn't get a start for the Dogs. Nico Hines with a 98. So I think other than Fafita, he probably was our best captaincy option. One of the best captaincy options of the week. So glad we had him. And Nathan Clear with 82. So that's why we've had the two guns all season, or as much as we could all season, I should say, because they just pump out scores. Matt Burton with a 76. So he's just starting to look really good with the 7 on his back. So he could even be a sneaky pod for the main sort of team. But yeah, he's definitely locked in for the time being. And Oluwapu with the 25. So obviously had a big score the first week, but as I crashed back to earth a little bit, uh, it sounds like it's only a matter of time before he does slot into the starting side. But I think they're just trying to give him as much time as possible, give some of the other forwards as much time as possible to come in and support him. Obviously, make his life a little bit easier as he finds his way into first grade. Under the centre wings, so Lockie Miller, 66, is good. Joey Manu with the 33, but also an injury is an issue. Also, Nickel Cockstad's on the bye this week, but we got 43 points out of him, so that's okay. Paul Alamotti with the 59, that's a really good effort. You know, we'll jump a little bit in cash, not sort of the spike game we were hoping for to cash out his value, but that's fine. And then obviously the two Dolphins players on the bye, and Skelton was a incorrect pick. Tommy Turbo with 41 and Buller with 45. So, it's not what you want from your fullbacks, but, it is what it is. So in terms of trades this week, we've got a little bit of cash and we might not even be able to pull this off because I haven't looked yet. But I would really like to get Harry Edwards in. So obviously scored a try, which boosted his score on the weekend. Oh no, he's already jumped up 90k in cash, so that's not going to happen unless we do a second trade. So yeah, I mean, looked really good on the weekend. Like I said, he scored a try, but just also so involved. Runs, tackles, and now that they can play those extra players. I think Edwards will play most weeks, even when the cavalry comes back. I think he'll still be in the middle forward rotation off the bench. So, um, yeah, super keen to get him in the side. But obviously, we do have to make a secondary move, which isn't ideal. But I think we might have to get out of Joe Manu anyway because of the injury. So I don't want Ed Cozzy. So if we filter by how much money we've got, might give us a better indication of what we can do. So go 600. Excuse me. So we can afford Ruben Cotter still, which is very nice. I think that's the obvious choice. If I just go back to centre wing, I've looked at alternate options. So Penasini would be good for bye coverage, but we're not too concerned about that. Hayes Perham's been looking good. Had a couple of sort of passing errors on the weekend, but his running game looks really solid. So in terms of Supercoach, you want both ideally, but a nice option. Jacob Kiraz, so that must all just be base because he just ran and ran and ran. So 53. Yeah, so not much in the way of attack. One tackle was that. That's pretty funny. Didn't do much defense out there. A few tackle breaks, which is good to see, but 34, what's that, an 11, 45 runs. That's ridiculous. So, do we, what's his, I can't see his break even, can I? His break even would still be pretty ordinary, I would have thought, given that, he's only just got that 6 out of his average. He's lost most of his cash. I might just have a quick look on the phone. Um, is should have been a bit more prepared for this. Uh, Someone is probably already screaming at the video. It's this, you numpty. But no point paying for 2 lots of Supercoach Gold, is there? Oh no, so he's still got a break even of 128. So yeah, we're getting an absolute bargain once his price bottoms out. It could even be as soon as after the buy. We could start looking to load up in 16 and 18, and he is obviously the number one target in round 14. Um, but just going through, could go Ramian, Alex Johnston, lol, everyone keen to get on him. Scored 40, dropped cash, sucked in. Uh, um, who else? Bradman, Katoa scored all right on the weekend. I've got CNK already. Um, Well, Warbrick, so he's restarted his cash gen, so that's nice if you held on to him. Wait, Tane Milne, 131. Whoa. Wouldn't be interested anyway. Like, he's playing outside of Campbell Graham, but Campbell Graham scores most of the tries, so. Actually, that's the one I wanted to look at. Ockenball with a 71. Oh, good stuff, big fella. Got over for a bit of meat. Billy Smith, that's right. He's on the bubble this week. I might have to go back and consider him for my main team. But yeah, he's looked really good in the 2 games. Due for some cash. Blake Wilson, there we go. That's one I wanted to see. So, dual position as well. 55. I guess Addo Carr was supposed to be back this week, so you'd imagine he's not going to get another game. But in saying that, if Addo Carr does get a spot in the Origin team, particularly games 2 and 3, that could be good things for Blake Wilson because, yeah, he looked really good on the weekend. Had like a little error at the start with, I think, I called DWZ in the air. Was too keen to get in the game. But other than that, he was pretty spotless. So, that could be a really nice get. Even if we swap Skelton straight out. Obviously, Tafare is the other one as well. He might be an option in round 13 for that spot. But, yeah, so I think they're the trades I'm going to go with this week. Anyway, as I said, really keen to get Edwards into the side. And Manu to Garrick, that's not the worst trade in the world. Obviously, if for whatever reason Manu's injury isn't as bad as we thought, we'll try to hold. Um, and then we might have to, Lemuelu might end up in the second row or something crazy like that to try and still get Edwards in. Because as we said, we do have to do the two trades. But in terms of the way the team will line up this week, so the Bulldogs play late, which isn't ideal for VCing. I think we've got to go Hines captain. Crazy not to. We could go really streaming for Feeder captain, but he's playing the Dogs, so that's a bit harsh. Who plays before? No one really on our team. Yeah, might just be a straight C, I think, on Hines. So the VC, we'll throw it on for Feeder just in case Hines is injured. But pretty boring, I suppose. But Alamotti and Lemuelu will swap, and I think Hammer probably plays over Alamotti. Other than that, there's not too much to be said or done. That's all solid. Yeah, don't need to worry too much about switching players around. I mean, could do King on the bench if you're feeling fancy. Uh, Buller should play, but whatever. And yeah, so I guess that's how the team's sitting. Got a couple of good targets in the back line there. Yeah, but still got some nice options through there. Um, yeah, maybe a bit light in the forwards here, but we'll address that in the coming weeks, I think. Yeah, so we'll finish that video there. So thank you very much as always for watching. If you enjoy the content, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, add any comments below. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.